Heading to Japan? Here are some of the changes that you need to know that may affect you this summer and beyond. From Shinkansen luggage rule changes to new flight regulations that might catch you off guard, and booking issues, Japan is changing and there's a lot to unpack. So if you're visiting Japan soon, let's dive in. If you're traveling Japan with a big suitcase, listen up, because starting July the 1st, actually already started 2025, the rules for bringing oversized luggage on the Shinkansen have changed. And they're not messing around. Until now, if your bag was over 160 centimeters in total size, you had to reserve the back row seat with space behind it for most Shinkansens. But now there's a brand new trial system being rolled out on some Shinkansen trains. It's called the oversized baggage compartment, and I think it has a lot of potential. Instead of storing your luggage behind your seat, which you can still do by the way, this setup uses lockable luggage racks on the train decks right near your seat. To use it, you need a contactless IC card like a Suica or a Passmo to lock it. This is only available on some reserved cars of the Nozomi, Hikari and the Kodama trains. You now have two options if you're traveling with a large suitcase. One, reserve at the back row seat with space behind it, or two, book a seat with access to the new deck luggage compartment. Again, this system is currently in a trial and only applies to the Tokaido, Sanyo and Kyushu Shinkansen routes. Here's another big change you need to know about, especially if you're flying within Japan or into Japan or out of Japan, basically flying, because starting July the 8th, 2025, passengers on 23 Japan-based airlines, including ANA and JAL, will no longer be allowed to store the power banks in the overhead lockers. Yeah, no more tossing your battery pack up top and forgetting about it. Instead, you'll be required to keep it in plain sight, like in your seat pocket or on your lap, anywhere that the cabin crew can actually see it. Why? Well, because lithium-ion batteries can overheat and in some cases catch fire. And this isn't just a hypothetical risk. In January, a power bank caused a fire that destroyed an entire aircraft in South Korea. 176 people on board got out, but 27 were injured. And in April, a power bank caught fire mid-air, forcing a Hawaiian Airlines plane to make an emergency landing in Tokyo. So if you're flying to or within Japan after the 8th, keep your power bank out of the overhead bin. It's for everyone's safety and it could stop your flight from turning into breaking news. Well, hopefully that won't happen. And by the way, if you found this helpful so far, then consider subscribing. Every click helps a little bit, and some of you might even think that you're already subscribed. Here's a quick reminder if you haven't already heard. If you've booked a hotel in Japan through an international booking site, which basically means not directly with the hotel, take a moment to double check your reservations now, because there's been issues. Toyoko Inn, one of Japan's biggest hotel chains, says that some bookings made through overseas sites like Agoda might not actually be valid. Why? Because third-party resellers may be listing rooms without properly confirming them with the hotel. That means you could actually show up and have no room at all. There's also been reports of wrong dates, overcharging, and non-refundable bookings. Although this warning started with Toyoko Inn, it's now a wider concern affecting other hotels too. So remember to always verify your reservations, especially if you've used an overseas booking platform. Okay, guys? Who would have said? Japan, yes, the yen might be low, but Japan is getting more expensive with price hikes and shrinkflation that has hit this July 2025. So if you've been to Japan before and plan to come back, you might be in for maybe not a shock, but a little bit of a surprise, because Japan is getting more expensive. This July alone, over 2,100 food and drink products are going up in price. That's 5 times more than the same time last year. And it's not fancy restaurants or imported goods, it's the little things that tourists often grab without thinking. Snacks, sweets, chocolates, and chips. Lotte is raising prices on classics like Koala no Machi and Pai no Mi by up to 47%. And Kalbi? Well, get this, they're not changing the price, they're shrinking the size of the bags, so you're paying the same for less. That's called shrinkflation. In total, over 18,000 items have already seen price hikes this year alone, and that number could hit 20,000 by the end of July. Why? Well, Japan is facing new rising raw materials, energy, and labor shortages, and those increases are now hitting supermarket shelves. For tourists, well, that means paying more at convenience stores, vending machines, and even that nostalgic 100 yen chocolate bar might no longer be 100 yen. The horror. So, if you ever thought Japan is so cheap, things are changing. Wow, here's a change coming this summer that might actually catch some travelers off guard, and I hope it doesn't catch me off guard, because JR West and JR Central are teaming up to test a new feature on Shinkansen. Well, kind of a feature anyway, or lack of, depending on how you see it, and that is weak air conditioning cars. Let me know what you think about this one. Yeah, from August the 1st to the 7th, and again from the 18th to the 31st, 10 bullet trains will include one car-free, note that down, with milder air conditioning set just 2 degrees warmer than the others. And why is that? Because according to surveys, about 1 in 10 passengers actually prefer less air conditioning, especially during long trips. I'm not one of them in the hot summer, sticky Japan, no way. But for most people, weak AC in peak summer heat, that's probably a hard no. In fact, a recent poll showed that over 80% of passengers find weakly air-conditioned cars to be too hot. And some comments online, brutal, from "Just imagine the smell," or
"If they get weak AC, I want a car where you can see your breath."
What on earth is that even? Comments? To be clear, this is a limited trial and these cars are non-reserved, so you're free to move if it's too warm or too cold. If you're riding the Tokaido or the Sanyo Shinkansen in early August or late August, check your train. Car free might be warmer than you expect. It's yet another reminder that Japan is always tweaking things, even on its most iconic transport system. And sometimes comfort is relative. Okay, here's a quick tip. If you're visiting Japan, I personally use Sakura Mobile's eSIM to stay connected, or pocket Wi-Fi. It's reliable, it's super easy to set up, and perfect for navigation, translations, or let's be honest here, Pokémon Go. Use this useful QR code or the link in the description to get something you were likely gonna get anyway. But you can help the channel out. Yay, bonus! This one's interesting because starting July the 1st, Pokémon fans heading to Osaka are in for a treat because Japan's third biggest city is getting the limousine city treatment. The area around Osaka Station has been transformed into a real-life Pokémon discovery mission with 30 photo spots set up across landmarks like Grand Front Osaka and Umekida Green. You'll find water types near fountains, Mega Evolution panels scattered across plazas, and even a puzzle-solving walk rally that challenges you to evolve one of your 5 Pokémon, including Charizard and Lucario. Excited! The event runs all the way through October 31st, so whether you're a casual fan or a hardcore Pokémon master, it's a great way to explore Osaka, one Pokestop at a time. And it's not even Pokémon Go. Right, here's one to watch out for. Not exactly an update or a rule change, but still something to keep in mind. Let's hope a bear doesn't delay your flight in Japan this year, because yes, in June, a black bear literally shut down Yamagata Airport, held the runway hostage, and forced 12 flights to be cancelled. So, while you're packing your power bank and booking your oversized baggage seats, maybe double check the runway for bears, just in case. A little bit of a quirky one there, just to sort of end. There you have it. Planning a trip to Japan? Check out this playlist or some of the other ones on my channel. Or want more low-key content? Then check out my second channel. Yeah, I have one. It's called Happy Gaijin, and I stream parts of my trips there too. Stay positive and safe travels. Bye.